back and you guys can actually hear me this time. So,
That's gonna be an awkward.
we're probably going to cut the whole first part of the thing out. You guys haven't really missed anything. The group kept on exploring these caverns. They ran into some wicked-looking dogs that they found out to be hounds of Lamashtu. There was a really boring combat, and they're pushing further in and finding more scribbling on the wall. So you're kind of getting rewarded for just now tuning in.
I didn't think it was a boring combat. I actually got to do some stuff. My
It
snowball killed a guy.
is a horribly boring combat. I didn't get to
Okay.
kill anybody.
Yeah, I was
So,
gonna say
anyway.
for the record, a boring combat is when Matt doesn't get to kill anybody.
Okay, so yeah, so that's that room. You guys are checking out the body and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. You can do a. Is anybody from the group from the Sandpoint area?
No.
Well, that's gonna be a problem. You can do a knowledge local check, I guess. Maybe you've heard of it.
I was just seeing if he was still alive or how he died. That's all I was looking for.
Oh, is that right? Well, you still
what
gotta
he'll
look at him. You still gotta look at him. This might remind you of somebody. It looks like he's had his throat slit.
Okay. Perhaps by the sprinkler?
Owen, yeah, by the falchion, quite possibly. Owen, you recognize the regalia and the rank on this person. This was a corporal, and his name was Jaren Bosver, and he must have served as the leader of this group that Sheriff Hemlock sent down into these caverns.
Poor bastard.
Didn't even get
We'll
torn
make sure
like
he-
they did something worse.
Do you remember that pack mule that you used to have that was named We Hardly Knew Her?
From like our first session, and then she disappeared once we got sent to the abyss.
Yes. All right. Anyway, so guys, let me just go ahead and speed this up. Y'all finish exploring this place. Nothing else really big happens. You see writing all over the wall and such, and you're not going to be able to progress any further until you get a translator down here.
Can't Danny, can't you just sleep for the night, memorize, comprehend languages, and then come down here?
Yep, I could.
We can say we have Minnix somewhere and drag him down.
I'd rather just do it. I'd rather just come down the next day. I mean, our main urgency was to see if the militia guys were still alive.
Yeah.
Now that we know they're dead, there's no urgency as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
We
we
go
can
back
just study the place.
We can go back up, report to the sheriff. We rest, come back down with comprehend languages.
You guys can get your meal,
Exactly.
except for, Spirit. He doesn't get any special dinner.
No.
He's chaotic evil.
Okay, so you guys are going to go back up, wine and dine, and then come back down the next day to decipher everything?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up, and are you guys just going to go straight to dinner, or are you going to go talk to the leaders of the city?
We'll talk to the leaders, tell them what we found.
Okay. So you guys are there, and they are once again very, very thankful. And Father Xanthus holds true to his offer in saying that he can help you each resurrect a fallen comrade, and that'll take the gold price off of it, or you can have that as a back pocket down the road in case you ever need to do something like that. And after it's over, Sheriff Hemlock continues talking to you, and he says, what is your plan now?
Pretty much to eat, and then I can go down. I'm going to go down there and translate those strange runes tomorrow.
And Father Xanta says, perhaps these runes will give you a clue more of what to go off of.
That's what I'm thinking. But I have to pray to the great Irori, to be able to translate the runes, as you quite understand, Father Xanthos.
I do indeed.
Yeah. But for now, this ain't a bad town. Either of you guys got a nice couch to crash on?
You're talking to them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Well, I am still disturbed by your foul mouth earlier, but there is always a place in the church for one that needs rest.
Why would you not just stay at the inn over there? I hear it's quite good.
Yeah. If you insist, but I was trying to get a free place to rest. But seems
Are you that
unfortunate.
cheap?
I'll go to the inn where I knew that Laser and Deshane had stayed before.
I mean, for God's sakes, I'm probably the one guy here that can legitimately get a free room, and I'm gonna go stay at the inn. What is wrong with you?
Okay, so Nate, you get to the inn, and it's a fairly normal crowd, nothing crazy. Perhaps people have quit going out as much since the hole opened up in the ground, and they're just a little bit more cautious. But it's sparse enough where the barkeep takes notice of you as you enter, and it's a half. Amiko didn't die, did she? She's
Yeah,
still alive.
she's
Okay,
alive.
good. So Amiko is an Asian-looking female. I'm sure they've got an area here. I don't know what it's called though, and she waves for you over and says that there's a seat for you at the bar.
All right, well, I'll sit down and tell her that I need a room.
All right. Well, we have plenty of rooms still available. What with people not coming out like they used to. But first, what'll you be having for the night?
I toss her over 4 platinum pieces, and I said, all of the greatest food and dwarven ale that you can spare.
Dwarf, you have appeared out of nowhere. I thought you were still at the church. But
No, I thought we were all going.
I thought you were sitting there arguing with Spirit, and they.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just do this later.
I mean, all I thought was, yeah, I left.
Oh, okay, I thought we left because once I convinced Kirk, I thought we were all leaving.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, so she. What'd you say, Nate? I don't remember.
I hadn't had a chance to say anything.
I didn't think so. Okay, good.
Was it like wherever Deshane and Laser stayed, if they had a room here? Because I know Deshane had been offered a free room.
Are we just gonna do this in third person?
I'm sorry, I'm looking for the room that Deshane, Drake, and Laser Wolf stayed in. I know that they've been here before. They were companions of mine.
Indeed, they have. You traveled with them for quite a while.
It's been a long time since I've seen them, and something. Well, I guess their deaths brought me this way.
Yes, they were traveling companions of my friend Oltek. Oh, my loins ache at the sound of his name.
Thank you.
I've heard about that guy. Seems like I can't stop.
How did you,
Guy.
Spirits? How did you get here? It is as if a portal that defies logic
Following me.
has popped up in the middle of my inn.
They're like cats.
Well, this dwarf over here blew my cover when I was trying to get a free place to stay, so I might as well follow them here.
So,
Since this seems to be the happening place to be.
yes.
Anyway, I show her the tattoo.
Deshane was very particular about his room, but from what I've heard, he enjoyed staying at the bakery more than anywhere else.
The bakery. I shall make my way to the bakery after having partaken of some of your best ale and, well, something like a bird-like meal. No
Okay,
beef.
so how about I shall prepare finest ale, and then for each of you, I shall roast a Cornish hen.
I would love that.
What about you, dwarf? Will you take a Cornish hen?
I'll take whatever you give me. And I toss her 4 platinum and said, as so long as the finest dwarven ale is part of it.
We would serve no other. And she goes off and comes back with great old big tankards of ale, and each a plate wrapped in foil. And when you peel it back, you find a Cornish game hen with roasted potatoes and carrots and other things, and you wonder to yourself, what a great fantasy place it is that they have aluminum foil here.
Actually, the whole time I'm actually thinking, my lady, I think you misunderstood me with that 4 platinum pieces I gave you. I was expecting you to roll a barrel out here.
Okay, so there you are, and then with the platinum, you guys are eating and drinking merrily all night, and you, as the night goes on, you start to draw in more of the villagers who notice your presence, and they pull up at various times and ask if they can pull up a chair and buy you a drink or share a drink with you, and they want to hear your stories. So you spend on into the night telling them of your great adventures, and children are having to be put to bed, and it comes time that you forget all about you had a dinner date tonight.
All right. I guess we'll get some sleep.
So are you guys just standing up, the
record,
people that had the dinner date?
I had nothing. I never planned on going to that.
I don't
planned
think
on going.
I don't think Spirit was allowed to go to that.
Well, I was planning on going, but I thought we had canceled it until further notice because.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I thought. Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. So you guys make great names for yourself at the bar, and you finally go to sleep, and you awaken.
And for the
next
record,
morning.
nobody bought me a drink. I bought them. They took from my nice dwarven
From your
ale.
40. Okay, I got you. All right. So it is the next morning, and you find yourself down, and you're having a lovely breakfast of baked beans and some kind of blood sausage.
Hmm.
And eggs. You gotta have eggs.
Can we get a fourth rest, or did we?
Yeah, I can give you one. Are you guys all spelled up, ready to go?
Yep.
All right, here comes
Absolutely.
the force rest.
Kirk, you don't have a single spell, do you?
Absolutely not.
I was wondering why you quickly said absolutely.
Matt,
That seemed a bit obvious.
I will perform my ceremony to summon Teddy in the main room for everyone to watch.
When it happens, several of the children dive underneath tables as well as the full adults. But as soon as they see that it is nothing threatening, and in fact it is something to be in awe of, they run towards you and are huddled around your table, screaming out, "Do it again, mister, do it again."
I'm afraid that Teddy only comes once a day, kids. I don't want to send him away. Actually, no, that's not true. All right, yeah, I'll dismiss him. And I have to wait 10 minutes. I have to wait 10 minutes, and then I'll summon him again.
During
They
those
start-
10 minutes, I assume there's a dartboard on the wall, so I'll just let the kids each have a shot at shooting the spirit gun at it.
Okay, a mother comes in and she says, "What is the meaning of this, teaching children how to use weapons?"
This isn't a
Meaning
weapon.
of
This is
face
a way
like
of
that
life.
coming into this room.
What?
What's the meaning of a face like that coming into this room?
I've never come, Timothy.
I bet you haven't.
We do not correspond with such vagrants.
Yeah, but we're the vagrants who just saved your town again this time.
So
And then
I'll ask
Thaddeus-
Amiko. Amiko, where was this bakery?
She gives you directions to the bakery, and she says the easiest way to find it is by the heavenly waft of fresh baked bread and pastries.
Okay. Dern, I'll join you at the excavation site later. I have some business to conduct.
You don't want to join us for like this nice meal I'm about ready to fix for us?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
No. Like I really want to get to this. All right.
And I say, when he leaves, I'm like,
Heroes feast.
so I cast Heroes Feast. It's enough to basically feed 13 people. So since there's only like 3 of us left to eat, 10 of the commoners get to join us, or I should say, Amiko, and I'll enjoy them. I'll invite Father Xantos, the mayor, and the sheriff to join us as well.
All right, so the innkeeper prepares food as well, and they have a marvelous breakfast. with a lot of the town members showing up, and there's much merriment, and stories went on for years and years after that about how several of the male farmers who ate from the hero's feast that day were like modern tractors in the fields for the rest of the day. And
Yeah, they all got about 3 times more hit points than they normally have.
yes. All right. So meanwhile at the bakery,
Ma'am, I hear you're good friends with my friend Deshane Drake.
Deshane.
He was a vagrant that stayed here. He rented a room.
I know who he was. It saddens me to hear his name. While it was strange having a homeless person live here, he was sweet in a certain way.
I have a question for you, lady.
Okay.
How much to buy your bakery?
Well, I can't say that I've ever.
I'll
thought
put
about...
250 platinum on the table right now.
It's sold. Thank you for coming here today. And
but
here
I
are
still need you to work here.
Oh well, here are the keys. I'm retiring. So I'm moving to Magnamar, and I'm going to hit it big.
So I will put out a help wanted sign.
Okay. So she is beginning to pack her bags and head to Magnamar because she is tired of random holes and other giants invading Sandpoint. And she has been waiting for the day where she finally made enough money to not have to run this wretched bakery and talk to these fat pig faces. All right, so...
And you just made her dreams come true in one transaction.
So she is heading west to Magnamar. And you have got up a help wanted sign. Perhaps the next time you come to Sandpoint, someone will have responded to it.
Okay.
But in other news, you're the owner. You're the proud owner of a bakery.
I have my own house.
You should track down You should track down Deshane's school marm.
No, it was Laser School Marm.
Laser's school marm, and see if her widowed self is needing for employment.
It's not like
I'll send word. I'll send word.
Okay.
Because we left her in Sandpoint, didn't we?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think we left her in Sandpoint. So I'll send word to her.
Okay. Well, by great coincidence, she responds very quickly, and you hash out something agreeable, and she begins trying to recover her destroyed life by working in the bakery at Sandpoint.
I own a bakery.
This is like Monopoly. It's like Monopoly. Y'all just each roll a d20, see what the Sandpoint location you land on. And... All right, so
I want the temple. I want the temple. I want the temple.
All right, are you going to go back to the ruins and try to decipher some stuff?
Yes, I am.
All right, so you'll spend the better half of the day going through collecting. Now, most of the most of the things on the wall are scripture and prayers written out to Lamashtu, but every so often you'll find a cryptic piece of writing that doesn't quite match and it doesn't seem to fit. So you take note of it and you study it for a while, and this is what you come up with. You're supposed to have to order these, but I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do this.
You can give them to us in any random order, and we can try to order them if you want.
Are you guys going to write them down as we go? I'm just gonna give them to you randomly, and then once you guys have them in the right order, then I'll show you the document that's got them all in the correct order. All right?
How many are there?
There's 5.
Are you gonna type? I mean, are they already ready to go into the chat box?
They're a picture. I can't really get them into the chat box. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. No, I can't. Just kidding. All right, here we go. Just listen up. Listen intently. So here's the first one you come across. On frozen mountain, Zen awaits. His regal voice, the yawning gates. Eyes turn twice, in Sihedron. A culted rune forge waits within. That's the first one. Okay, this is the second one. On eastern shores of steaming mirror, at end of day when dusk is nearer, when seven faces silent wait, and circled guards at Runeforge gate. I'm just gonna share this with you. You guys are never gonna remember all this stuff. So you
Well,
sit
if
around.
you'd made the names of the handouts like some sort of random name, and then we could have just pasted together.
Yeah, I mean, I could have broken it up, but
It's not a big deal.
yeah.
I mean,
so,
we've got enough intelligence. Our characters anyway we would have been able to do it anyway.
or you could use the library if it came to it. So this is what you piece together. So it says, if magic bright is your desire, to old Runeforge must you retire, for only there does wizard's art receive its due and proper start. On eastern shores of steaming mirror, at end of day when dusk is nearer, where seven faces silent wait, encircled guards at Runeforge gate. Each stone the grace of seven lords, one part of key each ruler hoards. If offered spells and proper prayer, take seven keys and climb the stair. On frozen mountains inn awaits his regal voice the yawning gates. Keys turn twice in Sihedron, a culted Runeforge waits within. And now you've come and joined the forge upon rare lore your mind can gorge. And when the sloth the mortal way and Runeforge long your work shall stay. So you guys remember what Runeforge was, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's where the Runelords sort of plan to hide away. But
Right. So it was a location where they all came to, and they made it where they each sent a representative into this place to study and work, and they would come back and check on them once per year and see what discoveries they had made in the way of magic. But the way Runeforge was designed was all of the Rune Lords would have to work together in order to access it, so one or two of them couldn't betray the others and get in there. And so if they killed each other, theoretically they wouldn't have any way to get in here. So
So the only thing I think of, eastern shores of steaming mirror. I mean, mirror could be like a lake or something, like some sort of water.
okay.
So is there? Are we aware of any water that tends to have steam or upward rising vapor or water? Some sort of maybe a knowledge of geography. Maybe.
Let's break this down. Let's go line by line, and you guys identify what you can out of each line, and then if you're on the right track, I'll tell you that line's meaning. So start with the first one.
Well, the first one seemed to be just kind of an introduction. If we want to get to Runeforge, basically that one's just more of what we want to do, not where it's at, I'm guessing.
Right. So that's
Yeah,
pretty much
we
exactly
wanna know
right.
that.
So the first rhyme establishes the theme, and it presents you with Runeforge, which you know is a perfect place for wizards to study and hone their craft. So that's right. So on to the second one. So you were saying something about mirror might be a metaphor for a body of water, right?
Right.
Okay, so go ahead and do a. You know that from what you've seen in the library over the past couple weeks, the word mirror is a common metaphor for not just a body of water, but in Thessalonian poetry, it usually meant a lake. So if you can do a knowledge geography check, that might reveal some more.
Anybody have knowledge geography?
Oh, and that was close, but you don't know.
Wait a minute. I think you are greatly forgetting what you really should know. And so you get to roll it again with a +8.
Very good.
Matt, I accidentally closed the picture. What was it called?
I'll share it with you again. All right, so Nate, do you slap him on the back of the head?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so shaking into your memory, like you can't believe you forgot this, but
How could I forget?
there is a place in Varisia known as Lake Stormunder, and it is full of plentiful hot springs and geysers. And that might be what this is referring to. And if you can do another knowledge geography check, you might be able to reveal more now that you know that it's Stormunder. And you do. You recall from your studies that Lake Stormunder has a mysterious circle of 7 stone heads that stands upon the western slope of Rimeskull on the eastern shore of Stormunder. Now the problem is Lake Stormunder and Rimeskull is built into the side of the western half of the Kodor Mountains. And the Kodor Mountains, depending on how you travel there, is pretty close to 450 miles away. All right.
Okay.
So on to the third stanza.
All right. I'm guessing that we have to cast spells of each of the 7 schools.
Yeah, that makes sense to me
Yeah.
too.
All right.
And
That is. And keep going.
Well, then offer a proper prayer. So like some kind of
You know,
Like,
Praise
a prayer
be to-
specifically to each of the Rune Lords, each of the
yeah.
seven.
I would guess like I praise to each of them, and then we take the keys that we get from it, and then climb the stairs.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Each of these stone heads are representative of a rune lord, and each rune lord is devout in a certain school of magic. And so getting the keys that are stored within these heads is some way tied to those schools of magic. Very good. All right, so the fourth stanza now.
well, I think there's going to be a Sahedron that we're going to have to put the key into and turn it twice
Okay.
out
So
the gates.
all right. Yeah, so
It's a 7-pointed star, isn't it?
what's
yeah,
that?
that's the Sahedron is the
Sahedron?
7-point star.
7-pointed
So
star.
yeah, we put a key in each. You probably just maybe I'm just saying maybe each point is like a specific school. We put that specific school key that we got in there, and then turn it twice. Maybe
Or the key could be a Sahedron itself. The lock is a Sahedron. You put it in, you turn it twice.
yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what it says when I'm reading the book.
All right, and so the fifth one is pretty self-explanatory as well. There's the riches that are within Runeforge are the knowledge that's stored away there.
And there's
So-
probably an evil rune lord in there waiting to be slain.
Right.
I think it's pretty much saying we're going to have to lose our mortal selves to stay.
We can go in there, learn all we want, and we can stay there forever and ever and ever with the knowledge that we have gained. For
We all
great
become
personal gain.
liches.
That's a good point, Danny. That's a good point. This is referring to something that that you might have to give up your mortal self to enter this place, as if this place might not be part of the material plane.
Well, good thing
Shit,
that we
I didn't
have
think to enter. I didn't think about losing something to enter it. I thought if we wanted to stay, it was giving us the option.
Well, good thing is, I think we can give up Kirk.
Yeah.
Not spirit. I just mean Kirk. You know, we'll play real Dungeons and Dragons like the old '70s comics taught us about, Matt.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so that's what you guys have got to go off of now. But like I said, that place is
Dangerous.
far. It's far
Yeah.
away.
Well,
So I'm gonna work real quick on getting you guys a map,
okay.
And-
I'm sure I can teleport part of the way at least.
if that's the way you want to go about it.
Well, I mean, either to Magnamar or to the Storval Stairs, whichever way is closer, and then from there we travel. Because I wouldn't be able to teleport right directly to it.
I know you guys like walking quite a bit.
450 miles is a bit of a walk.
How much is that resurrection from Father Xantos that we're going to get?
I think it's 5,000.
5,000. Okay. To resurrect Goltech, can I use whatever gold Goltech had on him?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'll do all that at the end of the session.
All right, guys. Here comes the map. You guys ready?
Yes, please.
So you're gonna want to. Are you guys wanting to go to Runeforge?
I think eventually.
Okay.
I mean, not today, but
No, but I mean, is that? Do you guys
Yeah.
have any other plans?
No.
Okay. So if you look at this map, does everybody have the map up?
Yes.
I have it.
All right. So what you're going to look for is the southwestern peninsula of the map. So that's where you've got Magnamar at the tip of the Yondabakari River, and
Yeah.
just off to the east of that, you've got Sandpoint. So you guys are at Sandpoint right now. So if you will look off to the east, up the Yondabakari River, when you get to Lake Sarantula, go straight north. That's where you're going to find the Skull River, Turtleback Ferry, Skull Crossing, Hook Mountain, all those little things that you guys
Turtleback
got
Ferry.
into.
I don't recall a Turtleback.
It's not
Ferry.
there. It's not
I don't
there.
think it's a place.
yeah,
That exists.
actually, I found it right off the bat. It's like at the top of the map.
Yeah, but I'm just showing you guys where all you've been and everything. So that's where that whole adventure happened. And then if you go north from there, you'll see the Storval Plateau, and there's the Storval Stairs in that transitionary area. So up on the Storval Plateau is where you guys ran into Jorgenfist and all that fun stuff. And then north at the very top of the map, you've got the Kodar Mountains. And on the western tip of the Kodar Mountains, you've got that place that's marked off as Rhineskull. And down right below it is Lake Stormunder. So the Runeforge must be hidden in the western tip of that mountain range somewhere. So if you're wanting to do a great expedition to it, this is where you're going to want to map out your travel plans.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, what I'd like to do, as much as it sounds like something a dwarf wouldn't want to do, is I'd love to take a ship voyage to Riddleport. At least, and then from Riddleport we go on land, going north. Or we can go on river barge if there's such a thing.
Are you guys wanting to hoof it, or do you want to get some magic involved in it?
Well, the problem is if we do magic, the best I can get is to get us up to the Storval Stairs and the Storval Plateau, which means we got to travel through mountains to get there, which I don't think is really too feasible.
Are you saying that because that's the furthest out Durn has been?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, theoretically, Riddleport's probably something like Phoenix could probably teleport to, because that's something you could study. It's a big town. I mean, but it's just as easy, I think, to give us a sea adventure a little bit, if anybody wanted that.
You know, that could be fun, honestly, and it's like a good little distraction, setting something up before the big final dungeon crawl, rather than going straight to it.
Yeah, we haven't done any sea stuff. That's what I thought. If we took from you, Sandpoint probably doesn't have any a ferry to get there, but if we just teleport to Magnamar, took from Magnamar a ship to Riddleport, and then from Riddleport we could just either follow the river up if they have a river ferry, or we can just go up the Valeshu uplands, follow that around to the Norlands, up to Lake Stormunder to Rhymeskull. And the closest city there is Brianwall, I guess. We'd have to take a ferry from there, I guess, or something. Unless there's a smaller town closer that it's not on this map. That's just my thoughts, you know.
No, actually, I like the idea of taking the ship up. It would be a nice, like, little, just, like, pace as well.
Yeah,
Like, the idea of just teleporting in, going to the next thing, it just seems too robotic, like mechanical.
I'm telling you, I can't do it because teleporting
Yeah.
means you have to actually have been there, or at least know of it, or research.
But I'm just saying, like, from like a gameplay standpoint, it just wouldn't be as exciting.
Like
I'm
of the
just not-
choices, like taking a ship there, teleporting to the Storval Plateaus, hoofing it through the mountains, or going to Riddleport, either taking a
Like
river.
having some adventure, some actual adventure and like exploration would right before we get there would be kind of fun.
Yeah, taking a ship would be the most different thing we've done. We haven't done anything like that, so yeah, that sounds like fun.
And it would really, like, whatever Matt has planned, it would make him have to come up with a ship adventure.
I know, he's like, you son of a bitch.
He's on a Pathfinder forum right now. He just is like, what to do.
I'm
when
just
someone
looking
decided
at.
to turn
I'm
Rise of
looking
the
at
Runelords to an
ocean.
adventure.
I'm looking at ocean random encounters. I mean, it's not that hard to do. So, exactly, it's exactly what it is. So,
Kraken's,
we can go two ways here. We could go two ways here. We could either. I could just pull it out, which it's probably going to be like I do some loose story stuff, which I could do, and you have like a big event happen, and we can do that right now. Or we can quit here, and I can try to find a seafaring aquatic adventure one shot, and we can do that.
I might even have something I can probably scan and give to you that has like little one shots for different for different things, for different situations.
What?
I can look if you want.
Are you talking about like having
Kurt?
a ship-centered side quest sort of thing? Is that what you're implying?
If I can find one.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We haven't done like a side quest in a while.
Do you want to do that?
I'd be up for it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
fine.
All right. If you guys want to hold off, if you guys want to take a break, so to speak,
Yeah.
I can try to find, because let me just go ahead and spoil this for you. Runeforge is like a 42-page dungeon.
Yeah.
It's a very cool dungeon, so I don't think it'll be boring, but it's got so many different ways you can go in it. I have to like import all 42 pages into Fantasy Grounds all at once.
Well, that'll help you too, because if it gives you a little bit extra time,
Yeah.
we could do that. But like I said, for the ocean one, I have some things I bought in the past where like little, hey, if you need to do something out in the wilderness, if you need to do something out in the water, I have something, and I haven't really read it. If I did, I read it so long ago I wouldn't remember it. So I can kind of glance and see if there's anything ocean related, and just scan it in and send it to you and not read it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind you doing that, and at the same time, I'll see if there's any like full-fledged, like one-shot adventures that are ocean themed. I've got like this whole collection of game mastery adventures through here. Let's take a look at them right now and see if any of them seem aquatic.
Yeah, because I think the thing I'm thinking of is just random encounters. I mean, special encounters for areas, not adventures.
Yeah, I think I want something a little bit more
doing in here?
substance.
All right,
Hey,
so
Matt, do you want to meet
next
the new
week
dog?
we will be.
Sure.
Yeah. I also, just to let you know, I've got like 30 dungeon magazines I can go through and see if there's anything that might fit.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
some
anything
pictures.
like that. Anything like that would be great.
This is Mac.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. He is afraid of heights.
This one has got to do with water. River of Darkness. I don't think that quite works. Right?
No, but that might be good if we take a river ferry. So that might be like the second part of it, maybe. If we take a river ferry, and what you could do is we could just take an ocean ferry to get up to Riddleport, and nothing occurs during the ocean ferry because it's a big ship.
Yeah.
Once we go from Riddleport, we can take a river ferry, and then that would.
Oh! Treasure of the Chimera Cove.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And we're on boats.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Hey, Matt, if this is going to be it for the night, do you want to stop the stream so people don't have to watch us planning the next session?
Yes, that's fine. Oh, that's a level 7 adventure. I guess I could pump it up, though. Okay, so thanks for watching us. It was a short one tonight because I didn't realize we weren't recording voice for the beginning of it, but you didn't really miss much. So tune in next week, and maybe we'll have a little aquatic themed adventure or something. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.